Friends, I am Dr. Subhash Wagmare from Department of English, Swami Vivekananda Varishta Mahavidyalaya Mantha, District Jalna. Friends, today we are discussing about the critical analysis of the poem Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night by Dylan Thomas. Particularly, Dylan Thomas is a Welsh poet. After a sketchy education, he tried to journalism but gave it up. He earned a living writing film scripts and reading poetry, two jobs at which he was extremely successful. Although Dylan Thomas' poetry does not show any social or political concerns, they are impressive in their richness of language and emotion. The theme of much of his poetry is the unity of experience, where the poet tries to project the ideas that the world we live in is not very different from us. The rich use of words and images gives all his poems a definite magic. The vitality and force of life seem to live and shout from the poem. Dylan Thomas has written a play called Under Milkwood, but most of his creativity went into writing poetry. Do Not Go Gently Into That Good Night is a poem not as much about death itself as about dying or about the coming of death. Friends, we should understand the title Do Not Go Gently Into That Good Night. Here, poet uses good night symbolically. Good night, here night means death, but poet says it is good death. So, we must understand that how poet addresses or how poet sees towards death. It means that for him, death is not bad, it is good. But we should not go gently or we should not accept gently our death. We should fight. Fight means we should work up to the last moment of our life. This is a poem that might shock you with its honesty. Most religions and philosophies pressure us for accepting the fact of death because nobody can escape it. Everyone has to go into that night, means death. No one can neglect it. Most old people in India particularly look forward to death as something that will save them from suffering in this world. But Dylan Thomas' poem is a protest against this kind of acceptance of death. It is nothing but the revolt against death. His poem calls upon his dying father to fight against the night that is approaching. It means that indirectly this poem is addressed to his own father who is on the verge of death. But poet says that, Father, don't go gently towards death. Could it be that this fighting against death is real heroism? Poet asks the questions. Could it be that this fighting against death is real heroism? And the answer is very clear that yes, this is real heroism. We should not accept death meekly or calmly. We should fight it against death. And then only we became a hero of our life. Throughout the poem, however, there is also a feeling that however much a dying man fights against death, he will ultimately lose. Nobody can win against death. We already known about that. Mighty persons comes and goes. Death forgives no one. Everyone becomes slave before death. It is said that today's victor become tomorrow's victim before death. There are so many great personalities surrender before death. So we should accept this reality. Notice the alternating of the hard and soft sounds of liturgy and the repetition of the last line of each three lines verse with slight alternations. These features turn the poem into a chant that you will understand even better if you read the poem aloud. And so the poem is therefore likely some kind of good luck prayer. Means poem is just like a prayer towards our death. The meaning of each line or set of lines depends on the reader. The poem's lines offer themselves to various interpretations, one folded into another. You are advised to read the poem several times so that you can explore it fully, as you know that this poem is also related to each one's life. We have seen that there are so many people when they are on the old age, they are just like waiting their death. We also know that old people say that now everything is depend upon our life or our uh, old age. It means that they are waiting for their death. But we do not like this type of understanding, this type of feelings. Poet addresses to everyone that friends, don't wait it, but fight it and fight up to the last moment when death comes. So let us see the original poem. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forth no lightning, do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright, their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late, they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death, who see with blinding sight, blind in eyes, could blaze like meteors and be gay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears. I pray, do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Let us see the critical analysis of first stanza. The poem is made of three lines verses, but the rhyme pattern runs into the next verse like this: A, B, A, A, B, A. There are only two rhymes in the entire poem. Words rhyming with night and those rhyming with day. The poem ends with a double rhyme and an extra line. The first three lines set the theme of the poem. The poet feels that old and dying men should fight against death and not accept it gently, passively. The poet begs them not to accept their death meekly and in a pious and conventional manner. Notice the use of the word good qualifying night, which is used here to mean death. Day and light correspond to life, while darkness and night mean death. Although this is a conventional usage, Dylan Thomas makes the night of death sound empty and disturbingly hollow. Since no man has returned from death, to tell us what it is. Death can only be empty and dark for us. The poet constantly puts the emptiness against the light and fullness of life. Those who are wise know that death is a rightful end, but they too fight against death. Why? They do this because, according to the poet, their words in life had not become memorable, immortal. These wise men feel they need to achieve greatness before they die. Those who are great, they know the reality, and that's why they are not accepting death as meekly. They fight against it up to the last moment. Notice the curious usage of word folk. Normally, folk is used as an adjective that is fork lightning, but Dylan Thomas uses it as a verb. The effect is startling. At one level, it would mean merely that these men have not spoken words so great that they could set off lightning. But at another level, the adjective forked associated with suggests forked tongue. That is, the tongue of a person who says one thing but means another. Good man too should fight against death. Even brave men should fight against death, and good men should fight against death. Even as they wave their last goodbye, they are counting the last days, but in that days also they should fight against this. Such men would try to make the world remember their good acts, though these men be very small. They should understand that they are in this life because God given them opportunity to make their name in this world. The green bay stands both as a seaside scene of a pleasure and joyful living, as well as the laurel tree whose leaves are used for crowning poets and athletes who have won honor. Notice how the words wave, bright, danced, and green bay complement each other. The last line with its fierceness comes as a complete contrast. Some men have thought that they had power enough to catch the sun, but of course they never could. Of course, this their aim is impossible. They had to let the sun go on its way. This metaphor could be used to mean those men who are proud and arrogant but find at the end of their lives that nothing can stop death. Even proud or egoistic persons know that death cannot spare anyone. So they grieve. Yet these men too should fight, says the poet. There are some men who suddenly realizes at the end of their lives that they could be as brilliant as shooting stars. These people came late that they have the capacity to do some extraordinary. They can catch the shooting star. At most it is impossible work, but they have that capacity. That people also, they are too late then. It is not too late. Poet says it is not too late. They too should rage against death, although dying has already blinded them. The use of the word meteors is particularly appropriate since a shooting star is one that shoots across the sky in flash and thus dies out. Notice also how the opposing word blinding and sight have been put together. This is poet's skill, that he uses these words very skillfully. This verse can be read in two ways. Father could mean the poet's own father, or it could also stand for God. Dylan Thomas' own father did not achieve greatness in his own life. The entire poem could have been meant for a father who, by accepting the death meekly before making a mark in life, leaves his son in total confusion and misery. Sad height would mean the remoteness of death, and fierce tears would mean the angry reaction that the poet wants. He would even prefer a curse than see the father accept death without fighting for life and recognition. And poet opposes this feeling. He rejects this feeling. He said that you should not accept your life as meek as the foolish people do. You should, as you are very clever, you are very brave, you should do something ordinary, so that world might remember you after your death. And then you would call as a hero of your life. Remember that you use both meaning of the word father at the same time. One does not contradict the other, they are enclosed within each other. So, this is the poem which says everyone that don't stop. As Swami Vivekananda said, arise, awake, and stop not till the death, till the goal is reached. He addressed to us that we must fight against our difficulties. We must own our goal so that everyone remembers us. Thank you. Thank you so much.